I keep wrestling with the question, why if lies are so sweet, so comfortable, why some people choose uncomfortable truth? Why they choose to die for this truth? Why they choose to suffer for this truth? And I like to wrestle with this question. I try to understand why some people do this. And there's no way to achieve deepness within yourself, to understand your life. It's the same idea of Jesus carrying his cross on top of the hill to be crucified on top of it. Because we have to understand the truth. We have to fight for the truth. There's something in us that forces us to do this, that forces us to abandon our lies and to become better than we were before. It's hard. Sometimes it's almost impossible because it seems like the entire world is going crazy and you feel lonely, you feel isolated. But we live only once, and if you hide behind your lies, what's the point of your life then? How you can find the real meaning of your life if you constantly lie to yourself? And I try to understand this question. Why would somebody choose the suffering? Why? Because there's no other way around. You will suffer anyway. It doesn't matter. Even living in lies, you still will suffer. The point is, will you suffer for something that's worth suffering, or you will suffer for something that's not worthy? Nietzsche said, if you know, you can handle any, what he said, you can handle, if you know why, you can handle anyhow. You have to know why. You have to know why you have to wake up every morning and do something. You have to know why you have to be consistent in your schedule. You have to know why you sacrifice certain things, why you don't do what you love, why you constantly postponing your pleasure. You have to do why you're sacrificing all those things, because there's no good life without sacrifices. If you don't sacrifice your desire for sweet food or for junk food, you will never be in shape. If you don't work out every day, your body will not be strong. If you don't read books and if you don't think, you will never understand the world from different angles, from more better perspectives. That's just reality. Everything good comes from work, from hard work. Nothing good comes easy. Great things takes time. And that's why we all have to carry our own cross upon our shoulders. We have to carry, because this cross is our burden. This is the truth. This is our life. If you assume that life must be easy, it's a wrong assumption, because life shouldn't be easy. Easy life is just a cover, because you will suffer anyway. If you think people can live easy life, it's not true. We create illusion of easy life. Life not supposed to be easy. I mean, look, if you don't do nothing and eat all junk food and play video games, you degrade. And how you can perceive yourself in the mirror, how you can look yourself in your eyes and say that my life is great. Because life is a constant struggle with yourself, with the circumstances, with life itself. And the thing is, you have subjective experience and you have objective reality. What you do, you have to adjust your subjective experience to make it more aligned with objective reality. Otherwise, you create this cognitive dissonance within yourself and will become suffer even more. There is decent suffering when you suffer like a strong person, and there's weak suffering when you hiding behind lies and try to hurt other people. Why would you prefer, why would you try to become better? Because that's the point. We always ask ourselves, what's the meaning in our life? The meaning is to find your own limitations. It's like when I ask myself this question, why would some people prefer truth over sweet lies? And then I have this answer. Then why some people prefer healthy diet over drugs? Why we don't use drugs all the time? Because they give us such a high dopamine boost. But we don't. We struggle not to do this. A lot of people struggle not to consume drugs, not to consume alcohol, to rid themselves from bad habits. Bad habits, it's funny because we create illusion that we think that our suffering, we're not suffer. And now with the social media, like for example, if you eat everything you want, and if you don't do nothing to correct yourself, correct your behavior, correct your lifestyle, you become out of shape, you become pitiful, pathetic, and you don't know who you are any longer because you cannot resist temptations of this world, these bodily temptations, because in the end you fight in your own biology. You don't fight your mind, you fight your own biology. You already know what you need and what you don't need. And what you need is to fight your own biology. You have to resist this constant urges that your biology demand from you. And you have to be able to concentrate on what truly matters. And what truly matters is your intelligence, is your mind, is your clear perception of reality, because your subjective experience only becomes wrong when you follow blindly your biology. Once you start thinking about yourself as more than just biology, your subjective experience become more aligned with your objective reality. Otherwise, you perceive everything is incorrect. And you can, why would you suffer, right? But you will suffer. Everyone will suffer on a certain point of our life. There's no life without suffering. I know we like to create these illusions online where you show your pictures how perfect you are, but the pain is still there. People just don't show it. And don't think that people don't suffer. Everyone is suffer. Everyone sometimes want to give up. The point is not to give up. Life is a hard journey when you follow your dreams. Because when you follow your dreams, you know why you make sacrifices for. You have clear goals. If you don't have clear goals, you still do sacrifices, but you do them blindly. You do them without controlling how much you have to sacrifice of yourself. Because it doesn't matter if you sacrifice yourself for your family or for your dreams or for your friends. The point is, are your friends worthy of your sacrifices, or you just do these sacrifices because you're afraid to be alone? Are your dreams worthy of your sacrifices, or you just try to hide behind your delusions? Because your dreams must be reasonable. Your friends must be someone who push you to be better. The same with your family, because everything goes around what you select, lies or truth. It's like, in some sense, truth is like a mirror, right? And it reflects sometimes lies. It's like a twins, they're the same almost. The problem is, the difference is that you have to be sufficient enough to distinguish between truth and lies, because sometimes they sound the same, but they don't feel the same. They don't, because you have to be able to fight for truth. For lies, you don't have to fight for lies. You only die for lies if you get so obsessed with them that you stop perceiving the world correctly. And that can be a really big problem, because some people, they got so deeply into their own lies, they just die because they made mistakes. We're all gonna make mistakes anyway, but when you follow your heart, follow what grips you, what truly grips you, you usually consistent in your ideas. You improve your ideas. Sometimes you a little bit deviate after certain corrections, but you still, in some sense, the same. When you lie, you jump from one lie to another, and sometimes these two lies completely opposite. And you're changing so drastic, like you're losing yourself because you're losing the score that helps you to be, how can I say, you're losing the score that helps you to stand your ground, because you have to stand your ground. You have to fight for what matters. And nobody can tell you what matters but you. You're only the one who knows what matters to you. And that's why I think it's the best way, because the best way to follow your heart. I know it's kind of maybe cheesy, but that's the point. You have to follow your heart. You have to follow your dreams, because only your heart and dreams are something where meaning of your life is truly hidden. Not follow your urges, because when you follow your biological urges, that's where lies lie. They lie in your biological urges, because they're too simplistic, they're too animalistic. That makes you crawl, but dreams and your heart makes you fly, because you become better. You can become worse if you follow your dreams, if you truly follow your dreams, because you cannot lose if you keep fighting. The one who loses is the one who stops fighting. The one who stops walking will never achieve their destination. If you keep walking, and if your eyes are open, and if you understand objective reality, and if you can properly decode your subjective experience and to apply this idea of your subjective experience to your objective reality, then you will align them together, because our life is information, and we have to be able to decode this information properly. And when you decode this information in a proper way, you are able to explain yourself the meaning of your own life, or at least you will find certain roads that will make you closer to the meaning of your life. Because we always ask ourselves this question: what's the point of my life? And if you place in front of yourself some far unreachable goals, you will never lose this meaning. Meaning is not supposed to be to make a lot of money or to do this or to do that. No, meaning is supposed to be in something that hard to achieve, but if you achieve this, it would make you much better for yourself. Because it's not about other people. It's not about impress other people. It's about to work constantly on yourself and to become better. That's what meaning. That's what true meaning of our life. To become better. Through suffering, through loneliness, through solitude, you keep breaking yourself and keep re-breaking yourself to rebuild and become better. The same with your body. You keep breaking your body to become stronger. When you run 10 miles, sometimes you feel that you would collapse. But you refuse. You refuse to stop. You keep running till you finish your run. You keep working out till you finish working out. You keep persisting. It is how you build yourself and become decent human being, because only weak people can be incredibly evil. But if you concentrate on yourself and on finding on your personal meaning, you cannot be evil. You just mind your own business and try to get the job done. You become competent in what you're doing. You become more sufficient in expressing yourself. You train yourself constantly. You try to look for solution, for information to overcome your own personal problem. That's how you build yourself and the world around you. Because you cannot build the world if you cannot build the world with demands from others, you can only build your world with demands from yourself, because it's only you against you, you against your biology, you against your lies, because your mind is truth and your biology is your lie. Your mind will live on while your biology will die, and it's up to you. If you select your biology, you live in lies that eventually die. And if you select your mind, it will live on. And if you will conquer your biology, then you will conquer your lies. And that's, I think, the meaning of our life, to conquer our lies through conquering our biology.